If you've been a Dynamics developer for any amount of time, you're familiar with customers asking for reports. In this demo, we're going to show how to present data in Excel 2007. Our example is going to be an RM historical aging report, and it will use one parameter. We're not going to discuss the actual stored procedure that we're using as a data source, but it is the RM historical aging script that you'll find on the SQL menu on this site, and we've also included it in the article for your convenience. So, let's get started. Open Excel 2007 and then save it using Save As a Excel macro enabled workbook. This type of workbook gets the Excel SM extension. Add the developer toolbar if you haven't already done so by clicking on the Start button and then Excel Options and then checking the Show Developer tab in Ribbon button or checkbox. In cell A1, type the parameter name. In cell B1, we're going to type the date of the report. Since our report is running off Dynamics GP10, we're going to use 1/2/2014 as the date, and then tab out of that field. Hit Alt F11 to bring up the VBA forms. We're going to insert a module. And in that module, we're going to go ahead and paste in all the code that is at the bottom of this article. We're going to discuss this code in just a minute. Now we're going to go back to the spreadsheet, and from the Developer menu, we're going to choose Insert and then a button. We're going to draw the button on the form. When you draw the button on the form, it's going to pop open the Assign Macro window, and we're going to choose the RM Historical Aging macro that we just inserted in the VBA code, and we'll choose OK. Now, if you haven't clicked anything else, you can just carefully select the text on the button and then change the title. If you've clicked someplace else, you might have to right-click on the button and choose Edit Text to get that to work. Now we're going to add our field headers. I've already got the field headers created here to save us some time. So in the third row, we're going to paste in the field headers. And then from the View menu, we're going to select Freeze Panes so that our data doesn't scroll out of sight. Okay, we got all the hard part done, so let's go back to the code and set a stop at the top, and then click on the button, and that will run the macro here, and we're just going to kind of step through the code and just basically discuss what's going on here. The first thing that the code does is it gets the value that's in the B1 cell, which is going to be our date. We bring it in as a string value because there's no easy way to validate it, and then we validate it like this. We say if it's not a date, then go ahead and complain and quit the routine. The next thing we do is we're going to delete most of the cells from the fourth row on down. Next comes our standard data access code. All of this code through here is just boilerplate ADO connection code. You're going to have to edit the server name and the database name. This is the stored procedure that we're using, and again, we've got that included at the bottom of the article just for your convenience. And then also our parameter gets included here. So set the stored procedure, set the parameter, execute the command object and dump everything into the record set object. If the record set is not at end of file, and here's where the magic comes in. Range, copy from record set. So this command takes the record set and dumps it into the range starting at A4. And then next we run the autofit command, and that makes everything the right width. We have some cleanup code, and we're all done. Back to the spreadsheet, and there's our data.